Libra, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-July 2026. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Libra. I've been officially abandoned by all of my cats. They went outside of this room in the whole rest of the house. God damn it. I had one that I was rooting for, baby girl, and she left too. And it's okay. Anyways, the overall energy for the reading, the Knight of Cups. This is a pretty cool energy because whatever the hell is going on here, you're kind of carrying yourself through with openness and a nice energy moving forward, quite positive, and you know, at least you're trying to. Oh, that's why. Starting off the reading, you get the Queen of Pentacles crossed by the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, there's definitely a whole lot of energy of self-love and nurturing for yourself, for others too. But it comes through with putting yourself first. So in your focus, the Seven of Cups, I kind of feel like you're exploring some sort of options for a situation moving forward, you know, what you're going to do about something, what you can try, things like that. In the recent past, the Emperor, this is an energy that you are pretty connected to. Super, super important to you type of an energy. It does carry a sense of paternal, from what I'm feeling right now for this energy for you. So, I don't know, but someone super important to you. In your strength, the Hierophant, again, kind of carrying through from the same energy. So whatever experience you're in right now, whatever you're dealing with, is definitely tied up to a super, super important connection to you. In the immediate future, the Page of Cups, yeah, I think you're just taking it easy, because you're starting off with the Knight of Cups, you get to the Page of Cups, so just kind of slowing down even more. It feels like a good energy, this slowing down, or just kind of going with the flow, but like at a steady pace and not rushing through anything, just kind of doing your thing. Supporting this reading, the Eight of Pentacles, you're definitely invested in something here, so something's going on. You're putting effort into something that I feel like is tied up to that energy right there. In the energy surrounding you that you may not be able to see clearly, the Six of Wands. You feel good about stuff. Whatever this is, you may not stop and smell the roses at times and acknowledge that, hey, this is good, or this is going in a good direction. But in your energy, there's a sense of recognition of, I feel pretty good about this situation. Okay. In your hopes and fears, the Page of Wands, yeah, you're not giving much. You're kind of spoon-feeding me here. You're like, yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's this. I'll clarify the shit out of this reading then, and I'll figure it out myself. If you're gonna be like that, okay. In the potential outcome, the Six of Swords. Maybe taking some distance, some time away from the situation for a little bit. Maybe you're going on a vacation. Who the hell knows? But everything kind of feels in the right place here, energetically speaking. You know, every step you're making here. So it feels like you got this. Maybe that's why you're so, yeah, I'm good. I don't know. I'll see how good you are. Let me do the Knight of Cups. Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, Nine of Swords. Okay. See, because whatever this is that you're involved in, oh, Kai is back. Oh, my boy never leaves me. Well, he does, but then he comes back. I can always count on him to be the one that's coming back. Anyways, whatever this experience is for you, you're starting off from a pretty clear-cut type of an energy. Very, hey, what's the plan here? This, okay, let's do this, you know? Then your involvement or your energy is starting to dim down a little bit, almost like the more you give to the situation, the more tired you're going to feel. So you're not going to have the same resources that you had when you started this, right? So that's kind of normal. But then it gets a little bit stressful. Then it gets a little bit, it's kind of like a job, let's say, and you're starting it and you're enthusiastic about it and you know what you're doing. And it's like, I got this. And then the more you do it, you get a little more tired. And then at some point you get very, very close to burnout. I don't think you're close to burnout here, but I think you're at the stage before that, where it's starting to feel a little stressful, a little bit. Okay, let's do the Queen of Pentacles. The Emperor, the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're very tied up to this energy, whoever this is to you. Very, 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 very strong bond. You're still functioning in it from the angle of putting yourself first, taking into consideration your needs as you go along with whatever's going on. But you definitely have a really nice desire for things to turn out in the best way possible for whatever this experience is. Okay, so you're coming in as very considerate, not just to your needs, but to everybody involved, and just a great intention overall. For the Four of Pentacles, you get the Seven of Swords, the World card, the Ten of Wands. That's where the danger lies, because you might fail to recognize the times in which you may need a break. Okay, you engage in something, you committed to something. If you set your mind that, hey, I'm going to see this through, you're going to see that through. Taking a break from time to time is not the end of the world. You might fail at times at recognizing exactly that. That's sometimes, and that is part of, putting your needs first. Because I see you just jumping through hoops here and just being like, it's okay, I'll rest later. Why? There's times in which the opportunity to step away for a little bit shows up and you miss it. I'm not sure if even intentionally or not. Like you see it there, it's like, this would be a good time for a nap. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't know if it's intentional or not. But that's why things are starting to become heavier and heavier as you go. Because you miss those times in which, hey, maybe you need a break right now. Take a break. And you're like, nah. Okay, then how do you restore? How do you replenish? I don't need it. Yeah, you do, because look at your energy. It's starting to sink. So pay attention to those times, because I see them, you see them, I see you seeing them, and then I see you ignoring them. And it's like, no. Pay attention to those things. For the Seven of Cups in your focus, you get the Two of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Hierophant. And again, I see you exploring some options for, what's coming up on this journey moving forward. And again, you get kind of fogged in by everything you've looked at. It's kind of like, when you study for an exam at school, right? And it's like, you can't just go 2 days straight just keeping your head in that book and not doing anything else. At some point, your mind is just not going to work with you anymore. It's like, okay, you need to eat, you need to sleep, even if it's for a little bit. You still need to do those things. You need to give that rest, that replenishment to the body. Otherwise, it's not going to help you. You might still pass the exam, but man, you're going to feel like shit afterwards. Was that worth it? So, because that's kind of how you're showing up as exploring options. Then you're getting all fogged in. You don't even know what's what anymore as you look through these options. But then you're like, but I got this. And while you got that, yeah, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you not listen to yourself? That's the only issue I'm seeing through whatever's going on here. Because once you do that, it's like whatever's going on here, no matter how challenging, if even, you're going to be able to, breeze through that. But like, why would you put yourself through the torture of not listening to yourself when you need a little bit of a break, For the Emperor in the recent past, you get the Hermit, the Devil, the Knight of Pentacles. And this is not an easy energy to deal with. Whoever this is to you, yeah, they're close to you. Yeah, you feel super connected to them. But man, they're not easy to deal with. They got their flaws exposed too, in your face type of a thing. So they're it's almost like it's almost looking like you're pulling most of the weight here. And I don't think you mind that, and I don't think, energetically speaking, it does seem even and equal, but in the physical, it feels like it's landing on your shoulders a lot of times because of how rough their energy is. Not that they mean to, not that I feel like you're even recognizing that, hey, yeah, it's not necessarily even. I feel like I'm pulling most of the work here, and I'm putting in most of the effort, but I care for them, and I choose to do that. And that's okay if you choose to do that from that perspective. Like recognizing that this is important to you, but as important as they are, they're still a little rough to work with here. And if you choose, okay, even more, you're going to need rest or whatever, energies of replenishing yourself, For the Hierophant in your strength, you get the Eight of Cups, the Empress, the Temperance card. The more you push through here, because that's basically the energy that's coming to the surface for you. I'm just going to push through. I'm okay. I don't need rest now. I'll do it later. It's fine. The more you push through, the more you lose that connection to yourself, keeping connected to yourself. And who's leading the way here? That connection to yourself, your intuition, that whole sense of keeping yourself steady and balanced through it all. You're not going to have the tools to work with here anymore. You're not going to have the resources. If you get to the point of, I'm tired and I lost my way and I don't know where to look for some helpful energies to pick me up here, well, go rest. And you've done this. You've done this for a while here in this situation. You know what I mean? And it's not about them. It's not about whatever this is, this experience. And it's about you. It's about how do you recognize when it's time to step away from this for a little bit, replenish, and then come back to this and do it all over again if that's what you choose to do with whoever this is, whatever this is, Because I feel like you're here by choice, not because, I have to, or I feel obligated to. No, you decided, I want to be here, I want to do this with whoever. I'm taking them for how they are, and I'm choosing to do this with them or for them, and I'm okay with that. Okay, but you have to start recognizing when you need some time for you too. Page of Cups, in the immediate future, you get the Ace of Pentacles, the Magician, the Ten of Swords. You're definitely coming through with manifesting something brand new. It's almost like a house renovation of some sort. Like, okay, we're tearing down all of whatever happened, all of what we know of as a stable foundation to something, and we're starting from scratch here. If it's an old house, we're gonna put some modern shit in it. It's kind of looking like that as an energy. It doesn't have to be about a house, of course, but it sure comes in as refreshed type of an energy. That's what you want to bring to an older foundation here. Okay, that's a nice idea, a nice manifestation. Let's do, because it brings an air of fresh, maybe you want to repaint. I don't fucking know. For the Eight of Pentacles and the supportive energies, you get the Four of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands. You can't be... You're very persistent here. You're like, no, I want to do this. I want to work on this. I want to. The pushing through part is very real for you here. And then you show up quite upset. It's like choosing to... What? What do you choose? Choosing to wash my hummingbird feeders here and, put some nice fresh hummingbird juice for them, and then they come in and they drink, and then you get upset with them. It's like, why did you come and drink my fresh thing here that I worked for and I put in there for you? it doesn't make sense. Like, okay, we're doing this, and then you're upset. Why? Because it's hard. Take a break. What have I been trying to tell you here for like, 10 minutes? Take a break. That's why you get irritated. That's why it's like, a little bit hangry. I don't know what's coming through here, but let's do the Six of Wands. In the hidden energies, you get the Ten of Cups, the Moon, the Two of Swords. Yeah, you're coming through with the nice energy of, I think I'm doing good here, and there is a sense of acknowledging where you're at in this journey and this experience and feeling good about it. But at the same time, there's almost a sense of recognizing that half the time, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, So it comes through a little bit like that. But overall, you feel good about it, whatever it is, So if it gives you that satisfaction that, hey, there's your approach to things is generally awesome here. The only thing that bothers me, and I think it bothers you too, you're just not admitting to it, is the fact that you're not recognizing when you need a break from time to time, because you do. It's almost like feeling that if you took a break, oh my God, you break the flow of things. No, you're not gonna. Think of it as part of the flow, the break too. Nothing's gonna be disrupted here if you take a freaking nap. Let me do the Page of Wands in your hopes and fears. You get the Fool, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you feel good about the situation altogether. I've been trying to look at it from the perspective of equal give and take, but this is not one of those things. Because I don't think it is equal give and take, but I think you know that. And despite that, I think you still chose this. I think, energetically speaking, it's definitely from one soul to another. It's definitely presenting itself as equal give and take. In the physical, in how this is proceeding and how it's being put together, I don't think it is. I think you're the one that's putting in most of the effort. But despite that, I think that was your choice. Like, okay, yeah, I know that. I can see that. And I'm still choosing to be here for. Because again, if this is let's say a paternal figure, someone that may be older than you and can't participate in the way you can, or things like that, then you're going to be like, okay, I choose to put in the effort more than they are, and that's okay. And again, the energy you're coming throughout this experience, it's feeling like, it's a blend of things, but for the most part, good things. Like, I feel like deep down you're enjoying this. And it feels fair, not equal necessarily, but fair to you, to the choice you've made here. So, good. Let me see the Six of Swords for the potential outcome. The Four of Wands, the Star, the Lovers. Okay. See, this is the time in which you are taking a few steps back. And it is because of the energy of balance, equal give and take, because the lack of. Because at some point it does get to you, and even for that you may need some rest from time to time, or just taking a little bit of time away from this. And that's exactly what you're doing there. And you could be actually heading in the direction of those commitments, connections you may have in your life that do feel more even. Because this one doesn't really. And it is going to get to you, even if you decide to take it on and to go for it. Yeah, it is going to get to you at some point, Just the unevenness of it, it's going to make you feel a little off. And again, I keep on trying to tell you, then take a break, take a little bit of distance, and that's exactly what you're ultimately doing. So eventually you do get there to the point of, I need to take a step back here for a little bit. Even if that means replenishing yourself and coming back to it, or just taking a break in general is a good idea, especially for this type of an experience. Cool. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice. The Page of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Temperance card. It hasn't been easy. You make it look easy, whatever this is. But it hasn't been easy. But it's also taught you a lot. About, again, the value of equal give and take. The value of your choices. The value of taking breaks, even though you don't take them, but then you do, you know. So this experience it has a lot to teach you, and you're taking all that. So super cool. But let's do the Dream Song Oracle. Craft your focus, number 13. Your vision is a magnifying energy source, amplifying and expanding what it perceives. In any given moment, you have one choice. You can turn your gaze towards what you don't want, what isn't working, what are you fearful of, what you worry about, or you can look at what you treasure, what you love, and what you hope for, despite what reality tells you is possible. Either way, what you focus on grows. Now is the time to use this very simple power to direct the energy and flow of your experience. When you focus on what you already have with gratitude and what you want with love and appreciation, you create the energy version of your vision before there is any proof in the material world. This moment invites you to consciously choose your focus. Choose rest. Anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.